Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going deep on something super practical, something that could honestly change your entire approach to real estate. Personality types.
Oh, yeah, this is a good one.
We're going to figure out how to use them to connect with buyers better. And yeah, let's be real, close those deals faster.
Right. Who doesn't want that?
Exactly. Imagine walking into a room with a potential buyer and like, boom, you just know how to talk to them, how to make that pitch really hit home.
It's like you've got this secret weapon.
That's exactly what we're talking about today. And the cool thing is, this isn't some mystical, mind-reading trick. It's a system. It's called the DISC model.
Yeah, DISC is all about decoding those personality types and using what you learn to build that trust, that instant connection.
Okay, so I'm already hooked. Break it down for me. What is DISC and what kind of personality types are we dealing with here?
Well, at its core, DISC kind of puts people into these four main categories, right? You've got your dominant types, your influencers, the steady folks, and then the conscientious ones.
Gotcha. So like 4 distinct approaches to life and to buying a house, I guess.
You got it.
All right, let's start with the D, the dominant personality. I'm picturing like the super driven type, maybe a little impatient, but they know what they want. Am I on the right track?
You're definitely getting the picture. Think of like CEOs, entrepreneurs, those folks who are all about taking charge, seeing results. Efficiency is huge for them.
Makes sense. Time is money, right?
Exactly. They want things straight up. No fluff. You remember that line from Jerry Maguire, "Show me the money"?
Classic.
Total D-type buyer, right there. They want the bottom line, the value, and they want it fast.
So if I'm sitting down with a potential buyer and I get that D-type vibe, I skip the weekend small talk. Get right down to business.
100%. Think about it. You're showing a property to a D-type who's looking to invest. Instead of starting with, the cute little breakfast nook you'd hit them with, this property has the potential for a 10% annual return easy.
Damn. Straight to the ROI.
You got it. Quick wins. That's what gets them excited.
I like it. Okay, so what about I-types? Those influencers. I'm guessing they're a bit more social butterflies.
Absolutely. I-types, they're the life of the party. They love people, they're enthusiastic, and for them, it's all about building those relationships.
So buying a house isn't just about the house, it's about the experience.
You nailed it. It's got to be an emotional experience for them. They want that lifestyle, that sense of community, making memories.
Okay, so instead of hitting them with all the data points, I should be painting a picture, like what their life could actually look like in this home.
Exactly. Let's say you're showing a beautiful family home to an I-type. You could say something like, imagine having those summer barbecues on this amazing deck, kids running around in this huge backyard.
Oh, I love that.
You got to tap into their emotions, their dreams.
Way more powerful than just, square footage and property taxes.
Yeah.
Okay, this is fascinating. Now for the S-types, the steady folks, what makes them tick?
S-types, they're the heart of any community. Think stability, harmony. They're the reliable ones, super patient.
And they probably don't like pushy salespeople, right?
Definitely not. With them, patience is key. You got to build trust. Instead of rushing, you really highlight the things about a property that offer peace of mind, security. Like a great school district, a safe neighborhood, a brand new roof.
So it's all about giving them that feeling of comfort and security.
Exactly.
Gotcha. I'm starting to see how even tiny shifts in the way I talk can have a huge impact. Okay, last one. The C-type, those conscientious folks. What's the deal with them?
C-types. If you love data, details, doing your research, you'll get along great with them. These are the meticulous ones, very analytical. They want to be 100% sure before they make a move. They'll be the ones asking for that inspection report.
So with them, I better come armed with all the facts and figures.
Absolutely. Don't even try to gloss over details or, play up the emotional stuff too much. Give them that detailed property report. Show them the energy-efficient features. Be ready to answer all their questions and be honest.
No sugarcoating.
Nope. Transparency is key.
Wow, this is incredible. I'm already seeing how understanding these personality types can totally change the game. It's like seeing the same house through 4 completely different sets of eyes.
Right. And we're just getting started. Imagine applying this to real-life scenarios.
Which is exactly what we're going to do. Next, we'll dive into how to use DISC during those first meetings, the property showings, even the negotiations.
But good stuff. This is where it gets really interesting. You'll learn how to tailor your approach for each step of the journey.
I can't wait. Okay, so we've got the DISC basics. We know our 4 types. But how do we actually use this in real life? Like, I meet a new potential buyer. What are those first steps to kind of figure out their personality type without, making it weird?
Yeah, you don't want to whip out a personality quiz right there at the open house.
Exactly. So what do I do?
You got to be a little bit of a detective, right? Observe, ask the right questions. It's all about gathering clues to figure out what really makes this person tick, what motivates them.
Okay, I like the detective analogy. So give me an example. What kind of question could I ask that would, like, subtly reveal their DISC type?
So instead of the typical, what are you looking for in a home, you could try something a little more personal. Maybe something like, okay, imagine this. You've just moved into your dream home. What does your ideal Saturday morning look like?
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah,
I feel like you could learn so much from that.
right.
The D type might be all checking my stocks and planning my next big business deal. The I type is probably throwing a huge brunch party.
Totally.
The S type is maybe having a quiet family breakfast, making pancakes. And the C type is probably like organizing their garage
Yeah.
or meticulously researching the best lawn care service.
You're getting it. It's not just about what they're saying, but what it tells you about what matters to them deep down.
Okay, so I've had that initial chat. I've got a pretty good sense of their DISC type. Now we're at the property showing. How do I actually adjust, like, what I'm saying and how I'm showing the house to match their personality?
It's all about highlighting the features and benefits that will really speak to them. What's going to hit home for that specific person? Let's take, for example, a house with a big, gorgeous kitchen.
Okay, perfect. Walk me through it. How would I change my presentation for each DISC type?
All right, so for a D type, you might really play up those high-end appliances. Professional grade, Look at this counter space, perfect for catering those huge events you love. And of course, you mentioned the resale value.
Hit them with those numbers.
Always.
Okay, with an I type, I'm thinking I'd talk about all the incredible dinner parties they could have. This island is perfect for gathering your friends. Really sell that whole vision of being the ultimate host.
Yeah, exactly. You're selling the lifestyle, you're selling fun.
Right, creating those memories. Okay, what about an S type?
For them, you'd point out that cozy breakfast nook. Imagine quiet mornings with your family right here. This huge pantry is perfect for keeping all your family favorites stocked. You want to emphasize that feeling of warmth and home.
Like a safe haven. Gotcha. And what about the C types?
For detail-oriented friends, you'd focus on the quality of the construction. Point out those energy-efficient appliances that are going to save them money in the long run. You might even have a list of all the recent upgrades ready to show them.
I bet they'd love that.
They eat that stuff up.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's like I'm learning to see the same house in 4 totally different ways.
And that's the beauty of DISC. It's not about tricking anyone. It's about understanding them and meeting them where they are.
Okay, we've got the initial meeting, the property showing. Now comes the part I always dread. Negotiations. How do I use DISC to my advantage when it's time to, like, actually hammer out the details of the deal?
Oh, negotiations. That's where DISC can truly be a game changer. Let's say you're dealing with a D type, a tough negotiator.
Oh boy, I'm sweating already.
But remember, they value efficiency. They don't want to mess around. So come in strong, be confident, present your best offer right up front. Don't waste their time with a bunch of back and forth.
So no playing hard to get.
Nope. D types hate that. Be respectful, of course, but be firm. Show them the value and emphasize how quickly you can close the deal. They love that.
Okay, that makes sense. So what about I types? They get excited easily, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do I keep that enthusiasm going through negotiations?
You want to keep the energy high. Remind them of all the amazing times they're going to have in this house. Connect back to that emotional connection they felt during the showing.
Don't let that spark fade away.
Exactly. But remember, I-types can get swept up in their emotions. So you might need to, gently bring them back down to earth a little bit, make sure they're making a smart decision.
All right, make sure they're not just, like, blinded by their excitement.
Exactly.
Okay, what about those steady S types? I'm guessing patience is key here, too.
Absolutely. S-types crave security, stability. They want to know they're making the right choice, not just for themselves, but for their family.
So how do I make them feel good about the negotiation process?
Be open, be honest, answer their questions patiently, explain everything clearly, really emphasize that you're not just trying to sell them a house, you're a trusted advisor who's looking out for them.
That's so important.
It is.
Okay, last one, the C types. What's my strategy here?
With C-types, be prepared. Have all your ducks in a row. They'll want to see every document, every detail, be ready to answer all their questions, and back it up with solid evidence.
No cutting corners.
Absolutely not. They will sniff it out in a second. C-types are meticulous. They appreciate professionalism. And honestly, they make the best clients once you earn their trust.
This is amazing stuff. I'm really seeing how I can use this, not just to close deals faster, but to make the whole process smoother, less stressful for everyone.
Right.
It's like DISC is the secret to building those strong relationships that make a real estate business thrive.
And that brings up another great point. Tools.
Oh yeah, you mentioned something about CRM software earlier.
Yeah, a good CRM can be a real game changer when you're using DISC.
Tell me more. I'm all ears.
Okay, think of your CRM as like a central hub for all your client info, right? But it's way more than just names and numbers. You can actually track personality insights for each client. It's like building your own little personality database.
So I could add notes about their DISC type, their preferences, like little reminders from our conversations.
Exactly. And here's the really cool part. You can use that info to send super personalized follow-up emails. Like you could set up automated sequences tailored to each DISC type.
Wait, seriously? Like different emails for different personalities?
Yep. Imagine sending like short to-the-point market updates to your D types, while your I types get these beautiful visual emails with lifestyle tips and local event invites.
That's amazing. It's like having a virtual assistant who knows exactly how to talk to each person.
It kind of is. And you know the best part? The more you use your CRM, the more you start to internalize those DISC insights. It becomes second nature.
This is like unlocking a cheat code for real estate.
It really is. But remember, it's not just about the tools, it's about that genuine desire to connect.
Right. Tools can help, but it's still about that human touch. Okay, before we get too carried away with all these amazing strategies, I think it's time to bring it back to our listener and what they can really take away from all this. It's one thing to, learn about DISC and all these different personality types, but how do we actually put it into practice? What's the one big takeaway you want our listeners to walk away with?
You know, it's funny. The most important thing might not be about understanding your clients, but about understanding yourself.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so why is knowing my own DISC type so important?
Well, think about it. When you know your own strengths, your own tendencies, you can use them to connect with anyone, right? So let's say you're naturally like a super outgoing, high energy I type.
Okay, I can see that. I probably get along great with other I types.
Right. But you might struggle a little bit with, say, those more reserved C types.
Yeah, maybe.
So when you know your own DISC type, you can figure out those blind spots, right? And work on being more flexible in how you communicate.
I get it. It's like I can adapt my style to match whoever I'm talking to.
Exactly. You can connect with anyone, regardless of their personality.
Okay, so I've done my homework. I know my own DISC type, and I'm getting better at recognizing it in others. What's next? How do I actually use this knowledge?
It's really about paying attention, making small changes in how you interact with people. Next time you're meeting a potential buyer, really watch them, listen to them. What's their body language like? How do they talk? What kind of questions are they asking?
Like I'm gathering clues.
Exactly. And then based on those clues, adjust your style. So if you've got a fast-paced D type, you match that energy, get to the point. But if it's a C type, someone who's super detail-oriented, you slow down, explain everything clearly, have those facts and figures ready.
It's amazing how much these little things can matter.
They really do. And I think the biggest takeaway here is that understanding DISC can completely transform your approach to real estate. It's not just about selling houses, it's about building genuine connections.
I love that. It's about making the whole experience better for both sides. Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today. To our listeners out there, I hope this deep dive has given you some amazing new insights into how to connect with buyers, build those lasting relationships.
Absolutely. And remember, DISC is a powerful tool, but it all comes down to empathy, right? That desire to connect, to really understand and meet your client's needs.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep exploring the fascinating world of, well, people.
Until next time.
Happy selling, everyone.